Hi, everybody. How's everything? Oh, my goodness. Every week I'm so excited to see all of you again and again and again and again. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? Every day women need to be celebrated because we do so many things. So I'm all for it when there's an extra day that's placed out there for women. So let me just say happy International Women's Day to everybody out there. You know what I mean? We'll take it. At least I know I'll take it. So, of course, I have another fantastic guest that's going to join us today on Talk with Gina. But I'm going to ask all of you out there to share this show, right? And I also want you to like, and I would like for you to also subscribe to the show. How about that? That's not too hard to do, right? So how about we just share it with a few folks? Well, you know what? My guest definitely has a testimony. And you cannot have a testimony if you do not first have a test. She is fantastic. We've had some really great talks prior to her coming on in a few moments, and there is so much. So I'm not going to take up too much time before I introduce her. So her name is Kynia Starkey, and she is the founder of MOGULista Biz. When you go to her Instagram bio, it says praying, educating, coaching, speaking, and making purposeful mogul moves together. We could do things by ourselves, but you know what? When you come together as a collective body, you definitely can make larger moves. I know y'all would agree with me on that, right? So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Kynia. All right. And I'm going to have her share her story with her. So, don't take any notes. I just want you, because you can always just listen back to it. Okay. So we're going to bring Kynia on right now. I'm so excited. I get excited all the time, but I am very excited. She has such a beautiful smile. She has such a beautiful spirit. So I'm going to share her with all of you right now. Kynia! Yay! Kynia is actually joining us from Arizona. So, it's cold in New York. It must be a little hot over there, isn't it?
Yes. Right here in Phoenix. And I'm loving it. Loving it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're loving the fact that you are here. And I want to share with the audience. Yesterday, I saw a post that Kynia put up. It was actually a reel on Instagram. And as soon as I read it, I immediately gave Kynia a virtual hug. Now, I wasn't on the phone with Kynia. We weren't on FaceTime or anything. It was just a virtual hug from me to her when I read it. And the reason why it came so naturally for me to give her a virtual hug is because not everybody is ready to really share their journey. Everyone comes to their journey at different times in their lives. This is not a competition for you to get where it is that you need to be. But Kynia is there, okay? And when I read it, what it was a reel, and she listed some things that she's been through. And I'm going to share them with you. So on the reel, she had on there divorce, chronic disease, corporate layoffs, multiple miscarriages, failed partnerships, and more. Again, not everybody is in a space to be able to share publicly what they have been through. So I'm happy that KyKy is here. Yes, I'm going to call her KyKy because she is a friend. She's a friend to all of you too. So feel free to call her KyKy too. Isn't that right, KyKy?
Absolutely.
So KyKy is going to, I want you to share with us, just give me a little bit of your backstory. Now, I know you had the chronic illness and we had spoken about that.
Yes.
But please just let us know what the illness was, the name of it, and let's just talk a little bit about that.
Right. So it was over 20 years ago, actually, that I was diagnosed with what is called sarcoidosis. and
Mhm.
it is known to be an autoimmune condition. And for me personally, it manifested in my joints. So it created a situation where it was very hard for me to walk. Sometimes, some days I didn't walk at all, just because the pain was too debilitating for me to do so. Or there were other times when I wouldn't be able to make a fist. And so, I dealt with that diagnosis
Mhm.
many years ago. But God supernaturally, took me on a healing journey that was
Mhm.
really miraculous. And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So I know we spoke a little bit. One of the things that helped you, you refused to take medicine. The doctors wanted to prescribe steroids, and you chose not to take the steroids. But something happened sometime after you were diagnosed, and you were blessed with
yes,
a baby.
that's
And
right.
so, right, and when you got pregnant, please let us know what happened, as far as what you were dealing with the sarcoidosis. What happened?
Absolutely. So, let me, one of the reasons that I was just against taking any of the medication at the time was, one, I didn't feel led to do so. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, I never accepted the diagnosis as permanent. So I never called it at that time a disease or a chronic condition. I never said that I had it. I really just referred to it as a condition. And
Okay.
I think that that helped me to really,
Mhm.
receive the healing as well, because I wasn't speaking that over myself.
Right.
And so I eventually I got pregnant, and when I
Uh-huh.
got pregnant, literally all of my symptoms went away. And up to this point, I had done other things that helped to ease just the joint condition. But basically, when I got pregnant, all of my symptoms miraculously went away, and I really never felt better than when I was pregnant. Never had any morning sickness. I had full mobility, so none of the issues that I had had before that. So, God really used my son to give me my life back, as I had known it previously.
Isn't that something? Sometimes pregnancy, it's not always, hard for
Right.
some women. Things happen. Some women, their hair grows all the way down their back. Even was Kiki Shepherd. She suffered all her life with acne, really bad acne. And she got pregnant and she said, "Hey, y'all, I know what the cure is. Get pregnant." So sometimes, getting pregnant really does help. Not everybody has a tough time with pregnancy. That's absolutely amazing. And one of the things that you said to me yesterday as we spoke is that you look at yourself as healed and whole.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
profound for me. Yeah. Can you talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit, please?
Absolutely. I mean, not only did I receive physical healing in my body, but I
Mhm.
have come to a place in my life after so many things, as I've
Mhm.
shared, that I've dealt with, from divorce to, the corporate layoffs, multiple miscarriages. All of those things have definitely been trials and tribulations, but my testimonies are much greater. And I've just come to a place where God has allowed me to be whole, and
Wow.
to more embrace those trials and those tribulations. I've learned a lot from the situations that I had been faced with. And so,
Mhm.
today I really do feel whole, and a lot of that comes from also uh, being on this journey, which I call hashtag journey of a MOGULista, and
Uh-huh.
learning what my purpose,
Mm.
really was through all of those trials. And I think that is really the key to, feeling and being
Right.
whole. It's when you're really walking in your purpose, when you know what that is, then there is a sense of peace. There's a spirit and sense of joy, and just
Mhm.
satisfaction knowing that you're doing what you were put here, to do.
Exactly, exactly. I totally agree with you because another thing, first of all, let me just say you can follow Kiki on IG as MOGULista Biz. That's her IG, MOGULista Biz. And you know, you have so many profound things going on. So now we're going to segue into what you just finished speaking about, the pivot, right? The pivot to the purpose, to the process, and then the profits.
Right.
So, bring it on for us and let us know about that.
Absolutely. So, I have said there is a, just thought that I have about what it takes to pivot, and that sometimes you have to turn your back, not on, but to some people, places, and things in order to pivot into your purpose. And in large part, that's what it took for me, was definitely a pivot. And you have to be willing and open to, do whatever that takes.
Right.
And so that was a big part of me moving from corporate America. After corporate layoffs, I never really fully, went back to corporate America for, a long time. I've had different stints working for companies, but never really went back to that. And so my pivot was away from corporate America and just into working for myself, into serial entrepreneurship. And so that was a part of me also shifting into more of my professional purpose. And, I always talk about the processes, and that's because my background is in project management. So, in my heyday as in corporate America, I worked in project management as an executive. And so I'm very process oriented. I'm always trying to squeeze technology, or whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish, and to be very systematic with processes, to help get there. And so that's, been a part of my journey because it's been a part of my professional background. But all of those things together have helped me to get to the profits. And, I've pivoted into opportunities that are not traditional, but have been an incredible blessing to me. So I'm just really grateful for the journey.
It works for you. It obviously works for you. So, I'm just going to go quickly to the comments. We have a few folks is just saying, really just hello. Great to see you. Hi, Gina. We have Chancellor's on, our mutual friend. He's on MOGULista, hashtagging MOGULista, hashtagging talk with Gina. It's just awesome when you have that support. Would you agree? That there are things that you're doing. It's amazing, because that you're touching people in some sort of way, the other.
Yeah, so I definitely have a tribe, in particular of girlfriends that I like to call girlfriends of God, my GOGs. And
I like that.
That is important. It's very important.
I love it. I too have some girlfriends, as I shared with you, and it's an amazing experience. It's one thing to have friends, but then there's another thing to have a deep connection. That those are two different things. And when you get together, it's not, like a blasé kind of thing. You're really, you're coming together, you're connecting, you're supporting, you're uplifting, you're inspiring, right?
Yes,
you would agree, right, with that?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
I tell you, I was all in your IG page. When you go to her link, everyone, there is a link that she has, and all of the businesses that KyKy is involved with is on her page. And then when you go to her bio, there is some great information. And I just love it. Like I say, gems. So you have the plans versus the process. I like that. That. So, talk to us about that.
Well, really, you can have a plan, but if you don't have a specific process for executing, then it's really difficult to have that come to fruition, efficiently and effectively. And so I'm always, going back to the processes, always.
I love it. It. So you, one of the things that you do is that you help people. And I want you to explain to everyone how you help them and how much, the purpose that it gives you and in helping people, because not everyone may be familiar with it. But before we go there, Well, you know what? Go ahead, KyKy. It's your
Okay.
show. You go right ahead. Tell us about it.
You know, again, that's become a big part of my purpose is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, being an encourager, a helper. And so both personally and professionally, that
Right.
is, you know, just my walk. You know, professionally, I have been really helping others to develop their brands, um,
Mm-hmm.
and their plans with those processes, but to execute whatever it is that they are hoping to accomplish. So I've been doing that quite a bit, and
Mm-hmm.
I have put together a number of different resources to help support that effort. I have a course that's called From Purpose to Profits, and
Mm.
that really takes, you know, everyone from identifying or confirming their purpose, which I think is just, it's, you know, it's paramount to doing any and everything else. And then focusing on branding and all of those, you know, other things that help to establish a business or a particular brand, you know, influencer. And then I also actually have what I've been doing kind of low key, but I'm going to start to open it up a little bit more. And that is what I call a co-working, virtual co-working collab that I offer every Saturday. And
Okay.
so it's an opportunity. It's free. You do have to register, but it's free. And it's basically like office hours for me. So every
Mm-hmm.
Saturday I'm available for 3 hours via that virtual collab. And we women just come together, and it is, you know, almost like going to a cafe, but virtually. So I will play some, you know, chill music, and everyone can come on. We usually will, if it's feasible, we
Mm-hmm.
will drop our social media handles, do some quick introductions, and then drop, you know, in the chat what we're working on during that session. And so it's just really a
Mm.
peaceful, you know, opportunity to be virtually co-working. If there are some questions for me, they'll be dropped in the chat. But if there's something that's a little bit more involved for me to answer, then I'll take those who want to also talk about that into a breakout room while the others are still chilling and co-working. So
Right.
that's another resource that I have made available so that, you know, individuals can come to know what types of things I can help with. And, you know, again, it just feels good. It also, for me and those who join, is like a virtual accountability partner. So I
Mm-hmm.
am coming there every week with my own goals, and
Okay.
in addition to helping others, I'm also working on, you know, whatever it is that I'm you know, working to accomplish.
Yeah. That's awesome. But you know, KyKy, it's not a but. Yeah, I'm looking at your smile and I'm feeling your energy. And you know, what I need everybody to really understand is that KyKy, like I said earlier, her test was paramount. You know, we all go through things, but you know, she found her purpose and she's helping herself first because she knew she had to help herself first. And then now she's helping others find their purpose. And that smile, that took some time for you to really get that smile and get comfortable in your smile, correct?
It did. It definitely
Mm-hmm.
did. It's been a journey, which is
Yeah.
why I call it Journey of a MOGULista. And for me, you know, in terms of using the word mogul, it really is less about, you know, the money, any fame or fortune that someone, you know, would be seeking to obtain. And it really is more of whatever your personal huge goals are, you know, and those are the mogul moves that, you know, we as a community are making together. So I just wanted to be clear about that. And, you know, the other thing that has helped me as well is that when God healed me, he was very clear and told me to honor the healing. And
Mm-hmm.
so that is something else, you know, that I've definitely been doing ever since I was blessed with such a miraculous healing journey.
That's something, that's really something. And so you haven't had any incidences of the sarcoidosis since for 20 years now? You're
Over 20
over
years.
20 years
Over
and
20
nothing. Uh-huh.
No, and you know the ways that I've honored the healing. It started,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very early on when I was clear of, and free of those signs and symptoms of that diagnosis. But you know, I just stopped eating artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, just reading the labels. paying attention, and you know, as far as what I put in my body, but also what I put on my body. So I'm very conscientious about what I use.
Right.
And you know, I encourage others to do the same as well. But that is really how I've honored the healing. So, you know, whether I'm using skincare, makeup, supplements, you know, whatever it is that I do eat, I do my best to eat as clean as possible. I'm dairy free now. I wouldn't call myself vegan entirely, but more of, let's say, a dairy free pescatarian. You know, I
Okay.
eat fish.
Right.
Occasionally I'll eat chicken, but I don't eat the chicken breast. So I have, you know, a specific regimen that's just really been spirit led. I've been introduced to people who have shared things with me. And, you know, if everything that I do, I pray about. So anything that you see me attached to, for me personally, you know, it's like I got the green light, you know.
I get it. Yes, yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
with it. And so, yep, that's how I've been honoring the healing.
Oh, that's awesome. Listen, you know, click like, subscribe. You know, again, another great guest. KyKy, I'm telling you, your smile is just radiant. We do have some more comments. We have Wade is talking about how our interview is inspirational. You're inspirational. We have Francis that says, hello, beautiful queens. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Now, Wade is also asking, do you help people find capital?
And so that is part of the process of the profits that I talk about, in terms of really introducing people to my philosophy, which is pursuing what I call passive enough income. And so I'm, you know, basically creating and sharing creative ways for individuals to be able to raise capital for their businesses and their brands in the same way that I've done.
Wow. All right. I told you. KyKy's Instagram at MOGULista. Yeah, she's here. She's not just here for me. She's here for all of you. And she's here for herself. And God placed her here to be here for all of us. Amazing.
So grateful.
I'm sorry?
I said so grateful.
Oh, I'm grateful to have you too. And we have Danielle that says, another professional label reader. Love it. Because I know I am.
Exactly. It's so important. Exactly.
You definitely have to be that, so that you know exactly what you're putting into your body, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness. Right. KyKy, I'm telling you, I'm excited to have you on here. There's like so many great things. Listen, KyKy's IG, as I said, is MOGULista Biz. Her email is info@mogulista.biz. Okay, .biz is the email, and she will be able to get back in touch with you. She'll let you know what's happening. I encourage all of you to please visit her IG. Please click on that link, because you'll find out a lot more about KyKy. I mean, trust me. Listen, I didn't even mention that that KyKy is a contributing author to 2, okay, not 1, but 2 #1 bestsellers on Amazon. This woman is nothing short of dynamic. I'm telling you all. And like I said, we all are in our journey, in the pace of our journey. But the first thing that we have to do is start. Would you agree? You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the beginning of it. And you know, I'm sure many have heard that perfection is the enemy of progress. So you want to start. Don't try to, you know, look for perfection, and just do it. Just do it. Make it happen. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. You had a plan without process is merely a placebo. I said, if KyKy does not stop dropping these gems, I mean, I was looking around. I said, you know what? I am going to be filthy rich. I'm going to be a trillionaire by the time I finish with KyKy and all of these gems that you're dropping. I love it. Oh my goodness. I can tell that. Go ahead, KyKy.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, that's just in my you know, journey, tenure in corporate America, and just, you know, learning the skill set of managing projects, you know, efficiently and effectively. you really need to have a plan. Or, you know, if there are likely to be, you know, some mistakes, you know, or some delays, and you know, and mistakes will happen potentially either way. But you know, just to make sure that we're moving forward as effectively and efficiently as possible, you definitely want to have a plan. You want to back it up, you know, with some specific to-dos to execute. And you know, that's how we get to springboard, you know, into whatever it is that we are looking to accomplish.
Yeah. And we also have to remember not to be too hard on ourselves when we know that we need to do better with our lives. We need to do better, right? But we have to be careful not to be too hard on ourselves, not to look at other people and pit ourselves against them, you know, side by side. We'll look at what this person is doing. It takes time. The journey of a million steps begins with the journey of a million miles begins with the first step, right? So everything in its time. We have Diana King. What a treat. I told you, KyKy, you a treat. You drop these gems. You have all these trillionaires on the line.
I love it.
We have Nalza, very good information. Kim, good information. We have Go KyKy. And we have Wade. How is MOGULista spelled? So it's MOGULISTA, right?
Correct.
MOGULISTA.
Exactly.
Right. MOGULista. Yeah.
Correct.
That's how we spell. So drop any more gems. So tell us a little bit. Anything else you want to talk to us about, KyKy?
Well, I do that. You know, I definitely want to share that one of the other things that happened since God, you know, healed me and delivered me from that diagnosis and all of those signs and symptoms is that He's been using me since to facilitate healing for people. And that's been for, you know, at least the last 10, 15 years or so. And so that is a huge part of my purpose. I'm the girl that, you know, especially pre-pandemic was, you know, in the grocery stores, anywhere I would shop, laying hands on people. If I saw someone that looked like they were in pain, I would offer to pray. And I, you know, would start overhearing conversations even. I felt like I was eavesdropping, but God was allowing me to be party to conversations. And, you know, even though I am generally a fairly reserved person, some would say an introvert, my compassion, you know, for those appearing to be in pain was just so strong because I could relate to that. And so I've been a party to many miracles, you know, in terms of God using me to facilitate healing. So you'll also see really very prominently on my IG in particular that I've been sharing a lot of testimonies, you know, from over the years, just to encourage people to have a relationship with God, you know, and that He's real. He's been real, very, very real for me. And to, you know, give Him the glory for healing me and all of the others that He's allowed me, you know, to be on this journey with.
He is real. He is real. He is real. I mean, if there's any doubt in anybody's mind for you to even be here, you know, and you're not in pain, and, you know, Gina, can you give me 5 minutes? You know, I don't know if I could do the interview, but that's not how you met me with me asking you, would you like to be a guest? You know, I was met with, yes, a resounding yes, I want to be on the show.
I know it's a God thing, the way, you know, we were introduced, and, you know, I just, everything that I do, I allow it to be spirit led. So that is just, you know, how God has allowed me to fall into my purpose. I'm so grateful for it. And so I continue to do everything that way.
Well, I'm grateful for you. I definitely am grateful for you. Like I said, I'm happy to have you here and sharing. You know, I just really want folks to check you out because your pages, your posts, your reels are just, they're so cool. You know, they're so cool. You know, you're so purposeful. You're purposeful with how you do what you do. They have to go on her site and see what I'm talking about. You know, I was caught up in the whole thing. I was like, okay, Gina, how about you get prepared and stop watching I had to go back and watch it all. But as I said, your smile is just radiant.
Oh,
And
thank you.
and I truly appreciate the fact that you joined us today. And I just want to be able to give you, some enough time for you to share. If there was anything else that you would like to share with the audience, remember, I'm asking everybody to click like and subscribe. Definitely, I want the listening audience to share with people that they know so that they can watch it and
Absolutely.
see, right. Not
Absolutely.
only the,
I would just say, if anyone, because I'm that girl, anyone has a prayer request, feel free to reach out. I just have so many testimonies about how God has moved. I've sent audio prayers to individuals, and He's just honored those prayers, and there's been healing. So many different ways, whether it's on the phone, even through social media, there are incredible testimonies. So that's just something that I always offer. It's a part of who I am. So whether it's a DM, sending me an email, I'm just happy to pray for whomever I can.
I love it. I love it. It's so unselfish, and God made you unselfish. That is so beautiful to be able to help folks. Diana say, Amen. God is real and is our great healer who gets all the glory. And then we have Kim, all the glory. And we have Kim, the higher being, has a way of bringing people together. And that is so very true, because he brought us together, and in a very organic way through a person who has a great spirit. And then we came together, and I mean, we just hit it off like we just been girlfriends, and my nickname is Gigi. So here we go, Gigi and KyKy.
Yes.
Gigi and KyKy.
I think this is why God has been calling me to, facilitate a girlfriend's ministry as well, because it's just important for us to, be there to encourage one another, with like minds, like spirits, and what I call girlfriend style. No pretension, no judgment. So, yeah. And so you and I have already experienced that.
Yeah, we have. I'm so jealous. You're there in the cold, in the heat, and I'm here in a little bit of the cold, but we're going to warm up soon.
Well, it looks nice and toasty over there. So,
it does, right?
It does. I love it. I love it.
For those of you who are cold, you definitely brought some warmth with being very open, transparent about your story, and then also continuing to share how you help people, how you inspire others. So again, I encourage all of you to visit KyKy's page, and maybe you need some help in your business, whatever you might be doing. And hire KyKy, because she's good. Check out her reels. She's absolutely awesome. So thank you so much, KyKy, for joining us today. This has really been great. Thank you. Thank you.
I so appreciate it. It was so great talking with you today.
I appreciate it. One more time, Instagram is at MOGULista Biz, MOGULISTA Biz, and her email is info@mogulista.biz. One more time, thank you so much again. All right. You take care of yourself. It was an absolute pleasure. And we'll keep in touch. All right. And everybody else keep in touch with KyKy too. There's nothing wrong with just sending her a DM sometime. Hey, how are you? Nothing wrong with that. Let's support one another. That's important. Isn't that right, KyKy?
Yes.
Yeah, let's support. So you take care of yourself, and we'll speak soon, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, that was just absolutely wonderful, and I hope all of you enjoyed. Let's see here. We have some more comments. Illuminating info. Two beautiful souls with amazing energy. Fantastic interview. Thank you for sharing. Oh my goodness, we have somebody. Au revoir. Oh, KyKy, I'm going to bring you on. We have somebody speaking a little French here. I had to bring KyKy back. Au revoir. Au revoir, KyKy. You're great. You see that?
I love it. I actually took French for a little while. I speak more Spanish than I do French, but au revoir. I
know my little bit of French. A bientôt. Yes. Take care. All right. Let me let KyKy go. Okay, KyKy. Bye-bye. Yeah, so this was absolutely wonderful. I thank all of you for joining. Of course, I always thank my sponsor, PPI Security, specializing in city government and state contracts. I thank all of you who have shared and have viewed. It's just been an amazing journey for myself, and I hope that it's continuing to be an amazing journey for all of you. All right. So, we're going to head out with that favorite song, which is the theme song. Because you know what? I take pride, and all of you know I do. I take pride in providing mad love because that's what it's about. I'm providing that mad love. I give that love through the guests that I have on the show, and then all of you give me that mad love back by supporting me, by sharing, and just sending me some DMs. Thank you so very much, everybody. Go out. There's nothing like music, right? To make you feel good.
Don't show love.